All right, so it's Friday. Let's go back to Ephesians chat number 2 one more time. And I want this to be the one that really sticks with you because we're heading into the weekend. And here's where most people get everything kind of out of whack. They get to dealing with their weekend plans and they skip over this part where every believer has a role that God has saved us to fulfill, which makes up the church, the body of Christ, and all it's meant to be. And what usually happens is we get about our own weekend and we think, well, this is what I need, this is what I want to do, and if I have time, maybe I'll stop by God's house, and if it's not going to be too long, then maybe I'll stop in for a church service. Uh, Really, that's not the mentality we ought to have. We ought to have that I'm going to be with my church family because I have a role to fulfill as a part of the church, and I want to go fulfill my role and be a part of this thing that God has given to me to live out my faith in a stronger and better way, one that makes a bigger impact. Because see, when we plan our lives around everything else and kind of like throw Jesus in where he fits, it isn't what God has saved us for. God has not saved us to have sort of like a kind of like a fling or a side thing going on. Church is supposed to be the primary thing, and then everything else falls in around it. And so let me just read this to you, starting with verse number 17. And I think you'll see what I mean. Verse number 17, it says, and came and preached peace to you which were afar off, and to them that were nigh, for through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. So we all have the same access. Look at this, verse 19. It says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. Did you catch that? Of the household of God. What's the household of God? The church. All right. And he goes on, he says, and are built up upon the foundation of the apostles, the prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth into an holy temple of the Lord, in whom ye are also builded together for an habitation of God through the Spirit. The people of God gathering together is the temple. Now, I know that it says that our bodies are a temple as well because the Holy Spirit resides in us individually. But when we collectively make the church and worshiping the Lord together with our church family, that right there is when we're actually starting to fulfill God's purpose for saving us. He saved us for a purpose. And it wasn't for us to just sit back and watch church happen or watch the world burn. It was for us to be actively involved in making a difference and joining forces with other believers for a purpose that's beyond ourselves. And so I want to encourage you with this. Make your way to the house of God. And not just because we're heading into Christmas season and that's what you do, but actually make the house of God a priority for you. So many people today have so many other priorities, and they only fit in the house of God in between the seasons of other things. And I want to encourage you, that is not a relationship with God that honors him. That is God being told you're second and my things are first. God needs to be number one. Let God be number one. Choose the house of God this weekend and get involved. Have a great weekend.